Hi students, and again, welcome to the course. I wanted to just give you a brief overview of our course page, especially if you are new to D2L or if this is your first online course. So just a few things that I wanted to point out. So this is our home page, and I have all of my contact information here. One thing that I did want to mention is that you can email me through course mail up here, or you can send me an email through your SDSU JAX account. Please don't use a personal, like a Gmail account, but through your SDSU account, you can email me here. And I'm typically a lot more I typically have quicker access to the state account than I do my D2L account. So if you want a response more quickly, I recommend this one. However, in any case, I typically get back to you at the very latest within 24 hours, but usually it's much, much quicker than that. This is my department's phone number, so if you're looking to leave me a message or something, you can do that, but it doesn't go directly to me. So the best way to get a hold of me is through email. Down here, there's no news yet, but there will be. I post here almost every day, reminding you of, assignments, telling you kind of where we're at, maybe with what's on the calendar for, a couple days from now, things like that. So sometimes I'll also post videos, or I'll alert you to something that's been posted in the notes section or things like that. So make sure that you read this news section. It's very important. Of course, your first task in terms of the course is reading the course syllabus that you can access right here. So once you click here, it will download for you our course syllabus, which is on a Word document. It's pretty lengthy, but you really have to read through it carefully. It talks about, here's our required textbooks. As I mentioned before, it's up to you to get a hold of the textbooks. I cannot make accommodations or extensions for students that don't have the required textbooks when they're needed. It goes through all of the different course policies and requirements, outcomes, etc. The attendance policy is one that you will want to look at closely. So you'll notice there that I monitor who logs in. So make sure that you read this carefully so that you're not, quote, end quote, missing class. Okay? There's a pretty strong penalty for that, so make sure that you read through that attendance policy. I talk about in the syllabus how you'll be assessed for the different assignments. Remember that because this course is so truncated, like I've said before in my welcome letter, it's really, very critical that you log in every day and that you stay on task. Pay special attention to the academic integrity section. The English department is very clear on their policy on plagiarism, so make sure you read through that carefully. And then at the end of the syllabus, you have our course schedule. And here, what I've done is I've outlined what you should read. Any discussion posts will have discuss next to them. And then any paper assignments or short essay assignments, I've bolded. And then this will correspond to what you see on D2L. Please let me know if you have questions throughout the semester, or perhaps after reading the syllabus you have a question. Please let me know. Okay? So for today, you've got read course syllabus, read the introduction. So you see my little footnote here. Everything, all the reading assignments in here are for the Blair Reader. And basically you want to think of the St. Martin's handbook that you purchased as a handbook for completing the the works cited page, the in-text citations, etc. So those readings, I will post, some pages that you'll want to draw your attention to as we get going and how to do that, but it's not, the assigned readings on here are all from the Blair Reader. Okay, so you've got introductions and then reading the course syllabus. So we'll come back to that here in a second. Then you've got on this left side the course welcome letter from me, which you can just look at on your own. It just tells you a little bit about me and things like that. Student code of conduct, Technology Help Desk, the Writing Center if you're on campus, and then the Briggs Library. So those are just some quick links for you. One other section that you really want to pay close attention to, especially right away, is this content folder. So if you click content, I've outlined this week by week. Okay, so basically, if you just start with week 1, I've just walked you through just everything that you'll want to do for week 1. And like I said, the major things are going to be on the syllabus, like what to read and what to do. But if you follow this through, you'll be able to, view all those notes, any additional reading that I might assign that week. You can check back in there as well. I'm also constantly updating content. So like for instance, if you're working ahead on week 4, just be careful because I might post like some notes in there, or I might say, oh, here's this cool article that relates that you might want to check out or something like that. So just be aware that I do try to constantly update this. I'll look at like how I think we're doing on things, if I find something that maybe will help us strengthen a concept or things like that. Okay, so really we kind of live in content. If you're not sure where to find something, or you're like, where is that assignment prompt? What am I writing about? Check out content. That's where I post all of the assignments and all of the prompts and things like that. The assessments tab up here, this is where you'll view your grades and the gradebook. And then Dropbox is where you go to submit any paper assignments or short essay assignments. So like the Q&R papers, you'll submit in Dropbox, and then our 2 major essays, you'll also submit in Dropbox. And I have linked them down here. Okay, so as long as you're in content and you follow the links, I've actually linked it to the Dropbox here if you'd rather go about it that way. Then you've got the communications tab, and throughout the syllabus you'll notice a few different discussions. And actually for week 1, I've included this short one where I've basically just asked you to introduce yourself. So that's something that you want to take care of within the next couple of days. What are your hobbies, where you're from, what is your major, etc. So that's just a say hello type of post. And then we have the actual graded discussion posts that you can view on your own time and take care of those. And I've put the prompt for each of those discussion posts right there in the forum. Okay. So those are the main things. I don't like to overwhelm students with D2L because the way at least I design my courses is we don't use a ton of different tools and things like that. I try to stick to the basic ones: content, Dropbox, discussion, etc. Okay, so that's just a quick walkthrough of D2L. Of course, if you have questions on this little walkthrough, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, have a great day. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see y'all soon.